You know what great music does. It makes you want to move, makes you want to love, lets you know you're alive. Put some music power into your Saturdays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Time with Music Alive on KUHS Denver.
Stay right up on the
Music Alive features local and regional artists only on
Hold on, I'm throwing this other one in. I don't like the old one. I'm gonna throw the new one in too.
Have you heard Music Alive yet? It's interviews of local and regional musicians and artists hosted by the dynamic.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's around that time. Saturday, you know what that means. A special edition of Music Alive, all new right now, going down. Steve, your weekend boy, DJ Jess, with you. We got someone very special in the studio with us today. Henry Archuleta.
Oh,
what's going on?
Oh man, how's it going? And then we also have
Not you, man.
Oh
Not
no. Oh,
introduce our
shoot.
special guest, bro.
Our special guest in the house, Mr. Stan
Monroe.
Yo, sir.
That's me.
And check it out. He also goes by double Evil Stan.
Stan.
We'll touch up on that later on in the interview. But right now, we want to make sure and talk about his little stint out to Vegas. Everybody's been asking, can't you get him in there? Let's get the skinny on this. He tried to tell a few people up on Facebook. We're going to tell the world out in Mexico. We're going to tell the people in Bulgaria.
Netherlands. What's up, Netherlands?
Oh, Turkey, Spain, Pakistan, everywhere around the world, including Chicago, Dubai. We make sure and hit Dubai, of course, Jesse. And then we're going to make sure to hit Thornton, Colorado.
Bring it on back home.
Love Thornton.
Except we need to know, why were you in Vegas jamming the keys for Bobby Vinton?
Oh, you want to hear the story, huh?
Give us the story. Everybody's waiting. We've got a lot of people online. Generally, Jesse draws in huge volume of people right after DJ, Mr. International. He brings them in huge, and then you just pick up all that and then grab your people. So now everybody's going to hear the Bobby Vinton story.
Let's hear it.
How Evil Stan got up on stage. That was great. I mean, we really liked all those videos you had up there.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're hearing it live here on KUHS Radio, Denver, Colorado. That's www.KUHS Denver. If you haven't logged in, log in right now because the story is about to begin. Take it away, Stan. Tell us.
All right. Well, I play music live here in Denver. I've been doing it for a few years, more than I'd like to admit. And as it was at one of the shows about a year ago where a good friend of mine, who is now a good friend, she wasn't at the time, but she is now, Teresa Tekian, was at one of the shows, and she was watching me play keyboards. And she had her iPhone out, and she was recording some of the jams that I was doing, some of the solos that I was doing. And I guess she liked it or something, because then shortly after that, she sent them to a friend of hers who happened to be the production manager for Bobby Vinton's show. And I didn't really know him that well at the time. I don't think I knew Barry Taylor at all. But then he very soon after that reached out to me and said, "Hey, Stan, love those videos. We'd sure like to get you on the show with Bobby Vinton." And I was blown away. I said, well, yeah, I would love to do that. Let's do it. But of course, with my local band, Vivid Black, we play all the time. We play 3 weekends a month. So it was hard to work out a schedule where I could actually go out there and play with Bobby. So I told Barry Taylor, the production manager, I said, hey, let's hold out for something in Vegas. So he said, sure enough. And it just took about a year for us to work out this Vegas gig. And finally, it happened last weekend, headed out to Vegas.
And how did Bobby Vinton like you? I mean, you look good. You looked a little bit. You looked a little bit fixated at first. I could tell. I was watching. I bet he's having a good time. If only somebody can go up there and say, "This is Evil Stan." You got to watch him on Facebook. So.
Well, I'll tell you what. From what I hear, I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
And that's right. You had your music notes up there. You went ahead and flowed. I heard that. It sounded great. I mean, what kind of piano did they provide?
Oh, it was a Kawai. They make great pianos.
Good stuff.
Got a 6-foot, 7-foot piano.
Did you have them tune it for you?
Here's the deal. This is Vegas. So what they do is they tune it the day of the show. So it was tuned. And they also had a crew of 2 people who actually polished it for me.
Wow.
So this is how they do things in Las Vegas.
I didn't see what you were wearing. Were you wearing tails?
No, it was just a black long sleeve shirt. You know, no evil Stan T-shirt or anything like that. It was just a straight. I was looking pretty sharp, I think. Pretty sharp. Yeah, I was looking pretty sharp. So anyway, you know, so I went into this show without having a lot of music. They actually got me the music to the show the day before, so I was doing a lot of sight reading. But it turned out, as far as what I can tell, Bobby liked it. Bobby's son, who's the manager of the show, who actually plays guitar and produces the music, I heard he liked it too. And then Bobby Taylor, who my good friend now, said he liked the music too, so they maybe call me back to do some more shows.
Now, were you just sitting in to replace the original keyboard, or they probably will get you on eventually?
No, my understanding is when they go into a new town, and they have a national tour, so they go everywhere. They have on speed dial the best piano players in the world.
Woo! Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Speed dial.
Did you hear that? And they have Stan on speed dial. Did you hear what he said? The best piano
No, wait a minute,
Vivid Black. Okay, so Vivid, if you guys are tuned in, it's over. It's over.
No, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Did you see that? No, he's still with you guys. Okay, but his rates have gone up. It's double the price for him. You guys get whatever's left. You know, there might be $10 each for everybody, but you get the opportunity to play with Stan. Okay. Get it?
So, okay, let me back up a little bit. So when they go into a town, they have the piano players they normally call. So they have their Vegas piano players. So when they called me and asked me to play with them, it's like, holy smokes, you know, there's some very good people who are used to playing with this show. So of course I had to step up to it and be equal at least. So what I am told is that apparently I did just fine, yes. Pretty excited.
So you heard it from everybody listening. You heard it from the horse's mouth. This is how we got into Vegas.
This is how
now,
we do
really, Stan, give us the other side of the story.
Okay, well,
who did you pay off?
Yeah.
Come on, I see he's laughing.
You have to threat, bro.
Yeah,
Come
who
on.
did you threat? Yeah.
No violence is usually not the answer. Come on.
Okay,
So-
I just got the notice from the producer. He says he threatened. No, Vivid Black. This is going to be recorded, so we're going to put it up there. Really, you get to play with Stan. So now behave. No more being late. No more talking smack. Play the songs. If there's no song, let's listen to what he's calling out. Okay?
You know, actually, we're doing North Glen tonight. over
Yeah,
in
right up
Cheers.
the
Yeah,
street
yeah,
here,
just
so-
up the street. So.
Within walking distance of my house.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
see?
go.
I'll be. No, I'm not. Where are we going to be at
We're
tonight?
gonna be at the Latin Jazz and Salsa Soul Party right now tonight.
Oh,
with
really?
Pete Escovedo.
Oh, so that's out in Aurora. We're going to be at the Cash Bar, but we can go after him. It's
Yeah,
5
we can still
o'clock.
after party.
Yeah, see, and Stan will be there live at Cheers.
That's
So
right.
Vivid
That's right.
Black, live at Cheers. So let's back up now. We want to get that scoop out right away because, you know, everybody's asking, how did you get that job? So let's start over. Stan,
Yes.
when did you first start playing?
Oh, you mean like playing piano?
Yeah, when did you
Oh,
first start
boy.
jamming? Now we got
Okay.
this is how
All
we
right.
usually start out our show. We got to
Okay.
really get the skinny on what
Okay.
you're all about. I mean,
Okay.
not everybody knows. Okay, Italy's asking, United Kingdom, the Netherlands,
Egypt.
Siberia, Egypt, yeah,
Egypt is
Brazil.
locked in.
They're going to be listening. They're going to want to know who you are, what you're all about. So kind of give us the skinny on how you started. So if
Okay.
you're just tuning in, Stan Monroe, with Vivid Black.
Yeah, okay, so what had happened was I come from a musical family, so I really had no choice. It just turned out when I was a kid, my parents put me into piano lessons. Basically, I think I was about 6 years old when I had my piano lessons start. My piano teacher thought that if you could say the alphabet from A to G, you were old enough to take piano lessons. So my parents put me in piano lessons. I hated every single one of them, every single one of them. I was forced into it. They beat me if I didn't practice, you know. I'm kidding, of course they didn't. But I took piano lessons from the time I was 6 until I actually majored in piano in college too. So I was playing piano, learning, getting better until I was about 24 years old.
Has that been the only instrument you played?
Yeah, you know, I just focused. I can't do anything else. This is all I do is play piano.
And have you seen his rig? I mean, his rig is no joke. I mean, I look at his rig, my God, where's he getting all that money? Oh, Vegas.
Yeah, it's
Vegas,
yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
No, you've got a nice rig. Tell us
Thank
about what you sport around in.
Well, I right now I'm playing with 4 keyboards. I have a portable keyboard that I just got for Christmas. Yay! And then I also have 3 keyboards that I play with. My pride and joy is my Roland, the keyboard on top. If anyone's looking at pictures, it has just amazing sounds, awesome sounds. It has great B3 sounds, great piano sounds. And then the other 2 keyboards are controllers. One's a Yamaha and one's an M Audio. They're just controllers. They don't make any noise, but they control the other 2 keyboards. And it really does the job. Well, I tell you what, I just love being out and about with those keyboards.
Now, with your keyboards, you love doing the orchestration part, strings, etc.
hmm
Which keyboard do you favor on that one?
Well, it's my Roland, the one on top. That's my workhorse. It's only a year old, but it's just got the best sounds
And
ever.
which is the one that has the best touch with the ninths and the 13ths?
Oh, well, the one that has the best touch is my Yamaha SO88, but it's at home because it's very heavy. So I leave that at home, but that has the best feel of any keyboard I've ever played.
It's the Yamaha.
Yamaha, yes. They know how to make keyboards out there in Japan.
All
Very
right,
good
all
stuff.
this talk about music, throw me off a little bit. So,
Well, we know that, DJ.
I'm a little
Mr.
lost
Jess.
here.
Okay, so let's get with the.
So let's go back. Vivid Black.
Vivid Black.
How long have you been with them?
Okay, well, I've been with Vivid Black 11 years. I joined them in 2004 when it was known as Steel, and we had a different lead singer at the time, Chad Steele. And then it just came about that in about 2010, we had a name change, and we replaced the lead singer, and it became Vivid Black in 2010. And we've just been on a roller coaster. It's been getting better and better all the time. We're having a lot of popularity around town locally, and it's just a ball.
And
It's got to do with we're always posting them up on our
it's
website.
always
We're-
on
we're-
KUHS Denver.
We're
It
trying
is.
to
Yeah.
grab some.
It
We're
is.
trying to grab some favor there. But we like doing that for all the bands in town and making sure that they're getting all the
Thank you.
popularity that they need to get because that's the medium that we're trying to produce here is on KUHSdenver.com, focusing on all the Denver talent, the everybody that's doing something here in town. We're trying to expose them all over the world to Argentina, Spain, Turkey. Loveland, Colorado's in on board. Singapore, Loveland. I haven't seen Loveland
I've
in a
never
long.
seen Lovely.
Yeah, Loveland's on. I
That's
just
a new one.
Loveland, Colorado. So if you're listening, a big shout out to Loveland, Munich, Germany. You're listening to Stan Monroe. He's the keyboardist of, you got it, Vivid Black. Vivid Black, you got to be very, very, proud of the man. He does his thing. And Jesse, you want to continue with the Vivid Black story?
Sure.
Yeah,
Just
I
ask him some more questions
Yeah.
about that.
You
You
know
had some.
what? Many people might be confused about your name and everything. They might play rock, they might play R&B. What kind of music do you guys play?
What we do is we do party rock from the 70s to the 2000s. So anything that gets the dance floor packed is what we do.
So just a lot of good dance
A lot of
music.
good dance music from the 70s, 80s, 90s, of course, and it's rock and roll. I mean, we're a rock band, but we do a lot of pop stuff too. We actually do ABBA. Ooh, we just do one, okay.
A little bit of Dancing
But
Queen,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, a little Dancing Queen,
Yeah.
but it packs the dance floor, so that's what we do.
Who's all in there? How many members do you guys
We have 5 members. Don DeMasi is a guitar god. He's incredible. Then we have Bryce on drums, Animal. We have Rick on bass, who's amazing. But our lead singer, Teresa Wand, is absolutely the best. She just brings so much life and energy to the band. And we actually hired her just a year ago. She's been with the band for 1 year.
What's her vocal range?
From incredible on the bottom end to incredible on the higher end too.
So
She's
that
amazing.
all the way from top to bottom, and
Incredible.
good. She displays a lot of front ladyship. It's in delivering in her.
She's a great front person. Great front person. She has a lot of energy, and her voice just knocks you out.
So anytime you're out and about, you make sure and go check out Vivid Black. There'll be a Cheers
Cheers
nightclub.
tonight. Yeah.
That's right, up the street here off 120th and about Washington, just in a little bit in the shopping center. Just remember, bring your party bag because it's going to be a party.
And bring your camera too. We love pictures.
Stan likes to pose with anybody who wants to pose with him, and not naked either. Okay, Stan, we're going to get into something here that's, we're going to go to the other side of Stan.
Oh no.
Talk
It's
to
up
us
close
about.
and personal,
Yeah,
Stan.
yeah, up close and personal now. Put your clothes back on. We mean
Not that personal.
that. Talk to us about the evil Stan.
Oh, well, it works like this. You ever see the old Star Trek where there was a transporter malfunction and you ended up with an evil Kirk and you ended up with an evil Spock? Well, that's what happened to Stan Monroe. He was in a transporter accident and there ended up being an evil Stan.
Now, I want to know, okay, now I've gotten involved with you a couple of times because there's some subjects in it I just have to say my grab. So tell me about this.
Yes.
Okay, where do you dream up all this stuff? Judas Priest. Give me some of those drugs. I want something, or if this is straight, I want to be straight. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, I don't know. It just comes to me, I guess. It's just whatever I find interesting is what I post.
That's some good stuff. You know,
Thank
that's
you,
you
thank
could
you.
almost create your own Facebook page, the Evil Stand page, and
There
name.
actually is one.
You have,
There is one.
see?
There's an evil stand page.
Well,
Yes.
tell us about it.
Yeah, just pull it up. Just type in evil stand, and you'll find out there's my own page.
How do you keep up with this?
Oh, it's crazy. The
It's easy.
popularity is just amazing. No, I'm kidding. But it's fun. It's just a lot of fun. That's the whole purpose behind it.
Now, there's been lots of musicians who have come in here that have had situations in their life. It's very personal.
Mhm.
May I ask?
Mhm.
We asked one of the other musicians about the same thing, and he shared this with us. And I know you went through down the same path, the same road. You had a stint with.
Yes, I did. With cancer, I had to stint with cancer, and this was 2 years ago. I went through chemotherapy for 6 months. Had a huge growth on my neck here.
It was a hickey. It started out as a hickey.
It looked like a hickey. What's interesting about it is it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was actually the size of an egg, and
Oh,
no
Lord.
one even noticed it. I was on stage playing with this thing, and no one even noticed it. No one ever came up to me and said, "Hey, what's that on your neck?" Yet, if you look at videos from the time, it's clearly there.
Did you know it was there?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't like needles. So I kept it a secret from my wife and everyone else for a long time until finally one day my wife saw me shaving and she said, "What is on your neck?" I said, "Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." She says, "No, we're worrying about it." Immediately went to the doctor. And then after running some tests for about 6 months, they determined it was cancer. And that was in December of 2011. And from that point, about the next 7 months were not a high point in my life, I would say. Chemotherapy is not anything anyone wants to go through, no doubt about it. But the surgery did take out the lump. The chemotherapy then took out the rest of it, and it did. It cleaned me out. And I thank the doctors. They did a wonderful job. I am now free of cancer. And
Now, here's the nice thing about it, Stan. Now, you're still jamming. Do you feel like after this stint that all of a sudden you appreciated the jamming more and you got heavier into it, or how do you feel this affected you?
Well, I'll tell you what. The experience of having cancer is a life-changing experience. What I have to point out, though, this is the big thing, is that I went to chemotherapy for 6 months. It messes with your body, completely messes with your body. And in fact, the doctor told me that I'd probably have to give up music during the time of
What?
chemotherapy.
Wow.
It's
What
rough.
did you tell him?
I said, well,
You have.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But it just turns out, even being very, very sick, I kept it going and did not miss a single show that entire time.
Whoa. And that's incredible to go through all that kind of thing. It's like, after dealing with that, did it affect your playing? Or were you able to play?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what it did. Actually, the chemotherapy caused numbness in my fingers that affected my ability to play. And that numbness has actually continued till this day. On my left thumb, for example, it's still numb. But in general, I would say that I am back to exactly where I was before it all happened.
Wow, that's incredible. See, and we're hearing it there's been other musicians who have come on, onto our show before and have gone through this same process. And
Yeah.
it seems like, you guys, you're so resilient. You come back and you're even better. And I don't know, I can't say that you're better than before.
No,
It
I
just seems
think
like
so. I think so,
you
yeah.
come back
Definitely.
with this drive for life, and you come back playing like. Then all of a sudden, like I said, you're in Vegas. I said, "Wow, this is great. We've got to get you on." That's the first thing I thought. You got to get you on the radio show to share, because I bet you there was a lot of people asking you that same question, right?
Well, everyone wanted to know how I got to Vegas, and yeah, so it was a lot of it through connections. But I mean, the bottom line is, if I couldn't play the show, I wouldn't have been hired for the show. That's the bottom line. No one's going to hire a friend if you can't really actually play the piano. And it turns out, of course, my good friend Barry Taylor is now a good friend of mine, but at the time, I don't think he knew me from Adam. At the time when he actually asked me to go ahead and say and play in Vegas for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is great. And Stan, okay, now your type of keyboard. What's your favorite type of acoustic piano? Is it a Borzendorfer? Is it Kanabi? Is it Steinway?
Wow.
You go with that musical
Wow.
terms now, bro.
Yeah, you're throwing out the good ones,
Yeah.
man. You must know something about pianos.
Big time.
Okay.
Just to let you know, we had Bonnie's Classic Pianos,
Bonnie's classic piano.
and we had the finest pianos known to mankind.
What, you must have had a Bosendorfer then, because
sure
that is
did.
the finest piano known to
we
mankind.
had Borzendorfers. We even one time we almost lost one over at the Greystone Castle when they first opened up. We had it on rent there.
A Bosendorfer, wow.
Yes, it was in the Knights Club. They had a place in there called the Knights Club. And what happened was The man had this vision, and he put this out here a long time ago. I don't know if you remember that. Nothing was out here on 120th. And then he went bankrupt, and the bankruptcy courts locked up everything in that building, including our piano.
Wow.
Just about lost it.
Those are pricey.
Yes,
I mean, that's
about lost it. And they only gave us a window of 2 hours, and we brought 5 men, a truck, and a horse to get it out of there ASAP.
Horse? There was no horse.
I know, I just said that. That's how big they're hard to move. They're very, very hard to move.
Okay.
It's big.
Yeah. So that's the number one piano right there.
Mhm.
That's the Rolls Royce of pianos, is the Bosendorfer.
So when have you played one?
Actually, we took a trip to London a few years back, and that's the only place I've ever actually seen a Bosendorfer dealership, if you want to call it that. And I played a bunch of Bosendorfers there. I don't think I've ever played one on a stage for a show. You just don't see them on many stages.
No,
because
at
they're
all.
Very expensive.
And
very
nobody
expensive.
likes anybody around them.
Yes.
There's always do not touch or this big old lanyard around it and say get away, stay away, unless you're the best keyboard player in town. Like what's his name? That was in Vegas. What's his name?
That guy, whoever that guy.
No, the one that Liberace.
Liberace, yes.
Uh-huh.
Liberace, one of my favorites.
Yeah, he used to play some exotic pianos all the time.
Yes,
He was
absolutely.
just an exotic man.
Well, when he was actually a representative of Baldwin pianos.
Yes.
So he primarily had Baldwin pianos, and that's one of the reasons why I own a Baldwin to this day, is because of Liberace.
Do you have an acoustic in your home?
Yes, I have a grand piano in my home. Yeah,
Can
a
I go,
Baldwin Grand,
can I go
5'8".
play it?
You can come over anytime you want, Henry. Anytime. You come on over, we'll order pizza, and we'll just have some fun.
And we just ate the hell out of pizza yesterday and today, didn't we, Jesse? We did. We
You can't have too much pizza.
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
we were eating yesterday, and then we ate.
Pretty good,
We
man.
ate the
I've had
leftovers today. We said, man, we got to keep going. Jesse and I,
one more day left tomorrow.
we do a lot of, we go to a lot of the concerts at night, do a lot of shows. We go all over, and then with this medium that we have, we can now stream live TV, and we can do it off an app, off of a phone, and it can stream right to our widget, right onto our website, and see you live. It's really slick stuff that we can do.
This
there.
is slick. I'm saying this is really slick.
Yeah. So it's nice to have you on board and
Thank
have
you.
you talk about what you're doing, and let's go over what you have for plans into the future. We've got a few more minutes to go with you. So what do you guys have plans for Vivid Black, and what you have plans for the future?
Well, Vivid Black, I'm just enjoying the heck out of this band. We're having so much fun. The crowds are getting bigger and bigger all the time. We're playing the great clubs around town. I just want to stick with Vivid Black for the rest of my life. We're just having so much fun. It's a blast.
And you've had to change a few members. I've seen you do a few
Yes.
changes. And what comes about? Is it just their life changes, or sometimes you have ego getting in the way, or sometimes I ain't doing this shit no more. F you, Stan.
One thing about Vivid Black that's always been the case, that we have always been best friends. We've always just liked the heck out of each other. We're not like a lot of bands that have these personal feuds going on, clashes of personality, that kind of thing. Vivid Black has always been a group of friends. And we're not only good friends, but great musicians all the way around. So we respect each other, and we just have a lot of fun. That's the bottom line. Lead singers, there's different things that come up. It gets complicated, it really does. But
Especially with female vocalists, it's a whole different ball of wax.
I am not going to say that, but
I do. Because I could punch it out there. I know what you're talking about.
if Evil
I
Stan
am-
were here, he would probably comment,
What's that,
elaborate
Stan?
on that. But
Stan, what'd you say?
but
What'd you tell me before the interview?
that was
About-
off the record. Man.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
okay.
off the record.
Just kidding.
Before Teresa Wand, we had Katie Valdatero, incredibly talented woman, and she sang with us for about 3 years. Incredibly talented, and things just happened. But she's now in her own band called Oral Deception, and they are absolutely awesome, and another top band in Denver. But now, like I said, we went through about a 2-month audition process, and it was last year, just about this time in March, where we hired Teresa Wand, and we
And she
just been
stepped
thrilled.
in and got
She
after
stepped
it,
in,
right?
she learned the songs, and when she's on stage, she controls the stage. She's just a freaking maniac. She's
and
amazing.
gets after it.
Yes.
If you haven't, if you just joined us here on KUHSdenver.com, we have Stan Monroe of the Vivid Black Group, the keyboardist. And if you missed this entire show, which you probably did if you're just logging in right now, you'll be able to pick it up back up off of our Ustream TV, or if it doesn't go there, you'll pick us up on YouTube. If it doesn't go there, it's going to be re-aired up on Facebook by tomorrow.
Awesome.
So we make sure and capture everything simultaneously. It's not lost, so that anybody who missed it can re-edit, rewatch it at any given time. What do you have to say, Jess? Come on, talk to me, man. You're just sitting there.
You
You says,
said it.
I wanna go to sleep. I ain't gonna go do that gig tonight. It's another gig at 5
I
o'clock
said
now. I was
it,
out all night long.
I said a nap would have been nice, but you know what? You nailed everything on the head right now. We've had a great time having the one and only Stan Monroe in the studio, and that's what it's all about. Music Alive, baby. That's what we do here at KUHS Denver. So, Stan, thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
And
It's been a
Stan Monroe,
pleasure.
yeah, originating in Denver, but touching musical lives around the world. Right?
Around the world.
Thank
That's
you very
what we do.
much.
Go ahead, Jess. I keep interrupting you.
No, we're good.
No, go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
man. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you're the go ahead, man.
No,
I'm with you.
Are we good to go?
No, go ahead. Tell us about the party tonight.
Yes, sir. We got the one and only Latin jazz and salsa soul party featuring the one and only Tachita Lopez tonight. Paris Escovedo, Pete Escovedo, Juan Escovedo, and Ray Carrion with the LA All Stars with former and current members of El Chicano, Willie Bobo, the Gap Band, and the Midnighters. It's all going down right tonight, March 28th rather, 5 to 9 p.m. at the Casbah Nightclub. Make sure you keep looking on KUHSdenver.com. We're going to be doing a live stream from there. Check it out. It's going to be a great time. I'm pretty excited for it, even though, you know, we covered an event last night.
One after another.
Pretty event.
And don't forget, if you want to watch the Stan interview, it's only going to be on from now 3 p.m. to 5, and then it gets overwritten. But like I said, it's captured. It's captured in lots of places, at least 4 different places. You can see the Stan Monroe interview of how he got to Vegas. So everybody wants to hear that one. And so you got it here on the beginning of the show. You're listening to www.kuhsdenver.com, internet radio and TV, a UHS World Communication Network based out of North Glen, Colorado. And we are originating in Denver. Some of the people on board are Turkey, Greece, Spain. We've got Scottsdale, Arizona. Whoa. What else we got? Poland?
Indonesia.
So everybody got to hear around the world, also the States. So there's lots of people in the States listening to this show.
Thornton?
And Thornton is definitely on board. Everybody's on board.
Huntington Beach, California. What's up, Kelly? We
Yeah,
get
that's
a lot of listeners out there,
Dallas,
north and
Texas.
south. Look at it, we're just growing.
It just keeps going. So Stan, any shout outs? You got to do shout outs to your entire family, your band, everybody. Take it away. Have fun with it
And
before
my
we close
wife,
out.
love my wife, Cher. I hope you're listening, Cher Bear. Of course, everyone in the band, love them all. And my mom and dad, they actually came out to Cheers last night. And it's loud. Vivid Black is not a soft band. It's loud, but it's very, very powerful. And my parents came out last night. I was very thrilled about that. I've got a lot of support. Got a great family. Got great friends. The best in the world. Love them all.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
You don't have no more?
That's it.
Oh my, you're not sponsored by anybody?
Not yet. Maybe that'll change by Bosendorfer. They'll sponsor.
And don't forget, the sponsor of this show is Kimball Piano.
Okay.
I just kidding you.
Yeah, not Kimball.
I knew if I threw that out.
Yeah, I have an opinion about Kimball, and it is not a good opinion.
I knew I'd get you in the end there. So you've been listening to Stan Monroe. We're going to close it out. We're having a good time here. It's 1 minute left to go with this show. I hope you had a good time listening to us because we had a good time having Stan in the house.
30 minutes does go by fast when you're having fun, man. So
All right.
we
Yes.
have to have you back in the studio. You're always welcomed here at KUHS.
And maybe some of your other members, right?
We could do that. We could bring the band in here. That'd be awesome.
And don't forget, we're going to be setting up the TV part is in the back room. It's huge. We're going to have it set up where you can actually play live and you get paid around the world. People log in. It's $1 to get in, but thousands log in. And after you add that up, if they throw down $2.50 to $5, it adds up to a lot of money.
Cool.
And so you do a live concert actually. So we'll have that set up in about 2 months. And so we want you back to maybe do something like that.
We'll do it. Sounds good.
So Stan, it's been real.
Thank you.
Take care.